Hello, welcome to the cliffside and to my permaculture garden and cliff. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do today because all of that hullabaloo planting trees down here yesterday and the day before going and visiting the landslide and climbing up and down it, well, my back muscles are tired, and I know that if I push that any farther, well, that's not gonna be good. This whole pandemic and getting things through the mail is really making the boxes stack up, I tell you what. It used to be safe to take the bus. It used to be safe to go to the store. We'll get there someday again. But right now, I emptied out my box pile. And I do want to put a whole bunch of wood chips on top of it. But I need to get some of this plastic back here removed. And I'd also like to dig contour through here so that the water goes the directions I want more so. I'm planning on using a lot of my pathways to hold water. Like deepen them up, dig them down, and then just backfill them deeply with wood chips so that they just soak things up. But I don't want to do that to the ones that are right along the house, because then freeze thaw, right? So that's a thing. I did bring Orange back out. She's doing well enough that she was able to rejoin her hen family. The roosters are still separated so that they don't cause trouble. Yeah, so those, I recounted. Oh, we got mushrooms. Not the edible kind. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know. But they're not the kinds that I planted on purpose to be edible. So we could go in the back and just double check that there aren't any wine caps coming up there. So, yeah, we got a Celtis tree of some sort. Leganiava is the southern type, and it turns out that the ones that I have that are Celtis trees are the southern types. You can tell by the bark. And then this one, who knows yet? It's way down there. There's a twig at the bottom. And I found these pieces of shingle while I was digging for it. And of course there's also that tire. I've been in the back of my head for a while now. Now obviously I can't do that today because ouch, my back. But I've been thinking for a while about where the next stairwell should be. And I do think that the best stable base, because you know, I'll put in a link, there's a whole playlist that you might want to play on fast speed because a lot of it is just watching me work due to the fact that I don't have an editor. I could redo how to do a stairwell once I have an editor probably, because I have one more stairwell to put in. But you need first a stable base that's not gonna end up going anywhere. Well, I did okay with that, but you can see here that part of my stable base has let go underneath this. I did not expect that to be the case at all. I thought that the dirt on top of the chunk of cement there would stay put. It didn't. But I think, so there's something a bit like a hazelnut. Down, straight down. Right here. And you can't really see the base of it because there's so much invasive honeysuckle in the way. But it's about the level I'd want the next stairwell to be. Now that would have to be a lot of tires. Once I have a car, getting tires won't be that hard anymore. And once you get the stable base in, the rest of the stairwell just falls into place. As long as you got enough tires. So I'm thinking over here might be good because there actually is a stable base point. And then the next tier would go the whole way across, much like this does. So there's not really a whole lot of other options currently available. It gets steeper here, as you can see. And then this one, the stable base already let go once. It was holding in something other than a tire. It was holding in, oh, I have to be really careful here, especially with as sore as I am. Oof. All right, so right there, there's two tires where both the sidewalls are removed, which isn't good for stair building, but it was good for planting. There is a hazelnut that actually survived, and it even survived the tires letting go like that. I could remove them and bring them up eventually. So that's the only hazelnut that I planted down here that made it, that didn't get smothered by and eaten by the deer. The goji berries are still going strong. They do amaze me. I think it's the coolest thing. So yeah, you can see that I did start a retainer wall down there. Now I could make that oak be a stable base and bring it on up to like around about here. But that's not much considering how steep that is right there. It's the steepness that's getting me. The oak would be fine with it, but it's the steepness that's getting me. Because if that bottom stair like rotated at all, of course we could put in supports and hold it. That sort of thing. And if I just curved it a little bit, it could come to right here. And that would be the right height. That would be the right height for everything. So that's another option, and possibly just as doable. And the goal would be something exactly like this. This one, I'm not using the bottom one for a step at all. And I think eventually I won't be able to over there either. So what I did was I transplanted one of these American elms right into it, so it'll root. You know, since I have this extra jug down here, there's something I want to do right up above. I noticed that the alder has gotten eaten down. Oh dear. Whew. When your back muscles are tired, balance is hard. It's okay. I noticed yesterday or the day before that the alder that I planted in right here, that used to be very tall sticks, has gotten eaten down to almost nothing, which is fine because it's still bouncing back. But since I have these down here, I can just use this almost like a tree protector. It should shove down into the earth, but there's too many rocks right there. So for the moment, that might do the trick to take care of that little bit of a problem. Huh. Or is this where? Oh, geez. Maybe that's the alder, and this is a willow. That might be a willow. It's getting eaten, nonetheless. Come to notice it, though, I think that's a lower branch of it, so... maybe it's fine. A lot of the willows are doing really well. They prefer to root out in the wintertime. These native Salix nigra, black willow, the twigs that I got from the walkway. There's like a nature trail, bicycle. It's a rails to trails. That's what it is. They converted an old railway bed to a recreational, but they have a lot of natives right along it. And I think it'll be good. I do think so. So, yeah, that's what's going on down here. Compared to yesterday's sky, wow, that's clear. We're about to have the sun in our eyes, just warning you. And that's how my day is going so far. I'd love to be productive, but I also don't want to put myself in a point where I can't be productive again very soon. So I'm gonna have to balance, what am I doing today? Still got those 2 sugar maples that I want to plant, but it's a lot of climbing to get them where I'd like to plant them, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that today. I'll have to water them and see how they hold up. And, you know, maybe do some research, do some eyeballing things. Yep. It'll be fine. So, yeah, nice day. Saturday. Very, very end of November. Pretty warm. I do have a coat on. I have a coat on.